crazy. Just a hair.
What we've been waiting for.
Yes, sir.
So the power line got knocked down by the tree limb. Ended up having to replace the mast and having to relocate the box because it wasn't still under code the way it was previously. Good morning, everybody. It is Sam with Retire Inspired. I hope everybody is doing okay today. Today is July the 8th, and I am here at my Airbnb house. Had a little bit of an issue over the weekend, and I've been dealing with it. So what happened is there is a pecan tree in my front yard, right here. And the limb of the pecan tree broke off. See if I can show you where it broke. So I'm over here with the guy from the electric company, and he is repairing the mast because the old mast bent over completely. And you can see here is all the debris that I removed. I had to cut all this up. That thing in the middle there with the 18 on it is a lamp post, a gas lamp post that was sitting in the middle of the front of the house. So let me show you what we got going on here. You see the mast up there that's bent. What's get you? Alright, there's the mast, what it looks like. Bent completely over. And this is our technician. Say hi to everybody.
Good morning, how y'all doing?
He's getting me hooked up with a new mast. That's what they call it, is a mast. And the city of Montgomery, in their infinite wisdom, decided this old mast was not going to work. Not that I couldn't replace it in the same place because it wasn't a full mast. It was only a half mast, and those haven't been allowed in 20 years according to the city. So he's putting up a new box here. He's going to relocate my power box. So there's the old power box over there, and he's going to relocate it to this place. Well, he's already relocated it, but he's just got to hook it all up to this place right here, which is part of my storage building. And hopefully we'll be able to have electricity, he says, in the next couple of hours. So that'll be exciting to get the electricity turned back on. There's Ethel. She's waiting on the next trip. Don't know where that's going to be, but hopefully we'll be able to make a trip before too long. Well, the guy's outside working on the mast, trying to get the power situation turned back on, and I'm inside here. I found a little fan thing. I'll show it to you. Little fan thing. It's actually putting out cool air. So I found this at a yard sale, and it's got little nice ambient light coming from it. So I figured I would, since I'm out of electricity right now, I figured I would turn it on and see how it worked while I update my eBay stuff this morning. So that's what I'm doing. I've got my computer here in front of me, and it's plugged into a little power brick. I've got this little power brick right here. It's got about 70%. So I got that power brick, and then I've got my Blue Eddy down here, which is powering my fan, and I'm looking at my computer. So I have all the comforts, everything I need, and of course my coffee. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna update my eBay stuff so I can see if I can get some more sales today. I do need to turn on my Bluetooth on my phone. So I turn on my personal hotspot on my phone, and that's what I use to get the internet when I'm over here. I got one of these watt bricks for Christmas last December. It was one of those Dirty Santa gifts. Really cool. It's called a watt brick. It's got a little solar panel thing that comes with it, and I use that like when I'm over here to keep my phone charged up. So let's go ahead and get started with the eBay updates. It's amazing how cool that fan actually is. It's really nice. I don't have a brand name on that, but if I can put a link in the description, I'll try to do that. I'm gonna film you a little bit if that's okay.
Sure.
It smells like bug spray out here.
Just a little bit. I've been fighting them the entire time.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get back to their nest, which was demolished yesterday. A lot of eggs in there. I wonder if any of those eggs are gonna hatch. So do you fight off the bugs a lot? Is that something part of the job?
Part of the job. Part exterminator, part mover.
So this is the main wire, huh? That goes to the house, the feed,
The panel.
panel feed. So how long you been doing this kind of work?
Almost 10 years now. started in late 2017, early 2018.
Something you always wanted to do, or just kind of fell into it?
I did a lot of trades. Used to do architectural mill work and worked on the road, doing shutdowns and cooling tower construction work, and worked on prisons, electrical work, then prisons, and then came back to electrical. I just enjoy it the most out of all the trades I've done.
It's probably one of the better paying trades also.
Yeah, without killing yourself too bad.
Yeah, just gotta have to respect the electricity, right?
Yeah, it's pretty easy when you cut her off. I try not to. I trust me. I've worked stuff hot plenty of times, but there ain't no sense in it.
It can kill you.
Don't take much. Actually.
When you're working with 220 volts.
I've been hit by it plenty of times.
Locks them muscles up, don't it?
It always kind of knocks me back, but every time I've touched it, we're gonna feel good either way.
Have you ever been hit by a taser? I'm a police officer. I'm retired.
Not the shooting kind, but I've been hit.
I've been tased before as part of our training.
Yeah, I've seen videos.
And that kind of gives me an idea of what it's like to be electrocuted. I mean, it's probably not. I bet it hurts more to be electrocuted.
It all depends.
Especially if you're
Wet.
yeah, or if you get in a situation where you can't turn loose, or you know.
Thank God I ain't never had that happen to me. Not yet. No, the Lord willing.
Because it'll grab you and hold you, won't it?
Sometimes if you grab it with two hands, the worst part is if it goes from one side to the other, going straight across your heart.
Fortunately, it isn't terribly hot out today.
Thank the Lord.
It says it's 80 on this.
Oh yeah, if it's all overcast. Thank God. Whoa, yesterday was kind of rough.
Yeah, it was up in the hundreds yesterday.
Fine. Over there. Once I demo that, demo all that too.
Are you going to pull this box off the wall?
Oh yeah, that's getting completely replaced. I'm gonna put a new panel up there. It just won't be a meter panel combo. It'll just be the panel over here.
Then you'll pull that meter and put it on that one?
Yes, Alabama Power. Once he gets out here and makes his connections, he'll pop that one in there. If sometimes when they pop them out, it looks fairly new, but sometimes when they pop them out, could be burn up tabs. You never know, but they've got new meters on their trucks.
Well, I've already had some issues with trees this year. And here is one that that deserves my attention. This is in the backyard. And I haven't, you can see where I've already started to cut this up a little bit. But I haven't finished cutting it up. I've got to get out here with my chainsaw and just cut it. But you can see this is the top of a tree, and I'll show you the tree. It's a big old oak tree. Look at the top of that tree. Completely gone. So that just fell. As much trouble as I've had with trees, I have been very fortunate that it hasn't destroyed my house. It did take out a little bit of the corner right here when it fell, and it hasn't destroyed the storage building here. So you see that part of that limb is kind of sitting, it's perched on top of the storage building here. So when I get that down, I'm gonna have to be very careful. See how it's just lodged up in that tree? That's gonna be a delicate thing to do, or to get that down without hurting myself. So I might have to climb up on the top of the building here and just take a chainsaw and cut the end of that off and let it fall, and then deal with it. But this backyard is a complete and utter mess. So I'll just take care of one thing at a time. You can see the old mast over there on top of that building. This overhang here is where the previous owner had a camper that they kept, like a Class C camper. They kept it parked under here. Maybe one day I'll use that for that purpose again. So yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out here at the house until he gets finished, and then I'm going to finally have air back in here, power back in here. But for temporary wise right now, this seems to be working. I have my little power station, my Blue Eddy power station. I've been using that to power this, and I have another one. Let me show you that. I've been using these to power the refrigerator. I have two of them. I had one already. Let's see where it's at on power. It's at 26%. So it says it'll go for another 3 hours on its current charge. And he should be done by then. And that's been running my refrigerator and freezer. Between that, see, freezer is working. Between that and the other one, I've been keeping my refrigerator going. Didn't have to move anything out of my refrigerator, so that was a real blessing there. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, this is keeping all the back outside of mine.
All right, here we go. I'll hand you that over there, and then yeah, I'm gonna move right up over.
Yeah.
Corner real quick. I got it for real.
what we've been waiting for.
Yes, sir. Hardly ever see them have two people come out here. I guess it's because it's a weird location they have to run. And they'll rerun it by themselves. Like if it's old wire, we update a service, they'll go and take down the wire that goes to the
Are they run? This is the same wire that was here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's this pipe for?
I just had it in the way of my van.
That van would make a real good camper. Was that Ford Transit?
Yeah. 2016. Wild one right there. Maybe a weekend where I'd have to be on call.
Is that the one that was here yesterday?
No, he was here yesterday, but I see him both all the time. I think it was East Chase. Some other company came out and redid a big old service disconnect. Didn't phase out any of the wires. So I had it all crisscross, blew the fuses out, and then they were saying, hey, none of our lights work. Get there. Nothing was working. And that's when he popped up like, man, where did they test it? Not know what they were doing. And you'd be surprised how many people.
Well, if I know anything, it's electricity is not something to be played with. And if you don't know what you're doing, you better leave it alone.
Same thing with water. I mean, you may like do a plumbing work, but you don't know nothing about it. You may be able to get it just fine. Everything's working, six pulls, whatever. But if you've got bad connections here or a leaky pipe there, now you got water that can turn to black mold.
Yeah. But water won't get you killed like electricity. Electricity will burn your house down or...
Oh, shit. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff.
Yep, this is going to be an expensive thing. $6,000. I can feel the air conditioner now.
Oh, yes, you got to come on. That's what I'm getting ready to do. As soon as they can get it all hooked up and put this stuff on.
Is that a surge protector, that little thing on the bottom?
This, just to keep the price down, we just reused the existing surge protector. That's a Cyclone surge protector. AC, main power, it's got the stove surge, water heater, dryer,
I see you got it grounded.
And had a water ground hooked up to that one. So the main reason why we just go back with 2 grounds is as they update. Homes used to just need one form of grounding, and that would be the ground being hooked up to the water lines because they used to be metal. And then over the year, the reason why we have to put 2 ground rods is because over the years that water ground may just be hooked up to some plastic PVC pipe that packs the blue and red little water lines, and house loses the ground this way. There's without a doubt you have 2 points of ground.
Yeah. In 20 years, this will be outdated and won't be to code either.
That's the way it goes every 3 years, so they're changing something. I mean, a lot of it is safe, like safety things that need to be updated, but then a lot of that nitpicky stuff is just make revenue.
Yeah, some of it is learned from experience, I guess. You ever left an expensive tool?
Quite a few times. Man, I've left drills like the one you saw me put up. I've had it left and then was expecting to come back, and then the homeowner ended up kicking us out or something like that. Just you get all kinds of.
Wow.
And then pulled a gun out on my coworker.
Oh.
Not pulled it on him, but like pocketed it and started talking all crazy.
Man.
So it's like, look, he came out. He's like, yeah, we gotta go. I'm like, what happened? My tools in there. He's like, he pocketed a gun. He started talking crazy. I think it's time to go. That was way down there in Haynesville.
Wow. That's why the people that like to steal your air conditioner unit for the $10 of copper that's in it. I mean, if they just come to the door and say, "Hey, you have a choice. You can either I'm gonna steal your air conditioning unit for the $10 of copper out of it, or you can just give me $10. I'll give them $10.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost me a couple of thousand to get it put back."
There are people that ain't got no sense. They don't care.
If they put that much effort into getting the job, they'd be a lot better off.
I agree.
Because they break in our substations, they do. I mean, they're going to end up laying there.
Oh, I got a story.
Oh, substation.
I got a story for
And our
you.
warehouse. They cut our field.
I used to be a probation officer with the state. All right, and so one of my probationers who came in every month and reported, he got caught stealing copper from a power station, but the thing is, his brother died at that power station and got fried
Doing the same crap.
trying to steal the copper.
It runs in the family.
The only reason it wasn't him is because his brother got there first.
He found his brother.
He was with his brother. His brother jumped up there and started snipping copper and got fried.
Oh, I've seen some horror videos online of people getting zapped, electrocuted in dumb ways. The one story I heard about was somebody in an attic. You'd think they would wear rubber gloves, but then you lose dexterity, so I mean they're stealing it anyway. But some guy was in an attic cutting through.
I want you to say something. Look at this.
That's all. That meter ain't that old.
Nope.
Is it just different style?
I don't know, but we're about to get a change meter order. Let me look at the difference.
Yeah, I wonder about that knob and tubing that you used to have up in the attics. You know, how many people shocked themselves.
Yeah, you shock yourself cutting everything off. It was like, because it just doesn't carry voltage the same way. That's why another reason why it's so dated. But they'll have one hot going this way across the attic, the neutral going down this way. You don't know.
That is crazy.
How far is it off?
Just a hair. That would probably work. That's weird. Should be the same style setup. I will have to admit, I hadn't seen that before. Look how far that one is off.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna spread them jaw.
Prize it out.
I love our new cans. They're great. Well, you're gonna get a new nigga. That's all I'm ever looking.
Hot dog, man. Long as it don't charge me more.
It ain't gonna charge you more.
This one runs a little bit better.
Yeah, it's more efficient. I'll get a change meter order. That other one's not gonna go, because if you put it in there, it's gonna spread them lugs out, and you're gonna have a problem then.
Oh, we got power. Look at that. Power. Oh man.
Yes, sir. I was just making sure that sun's gonna work. I got the AC running.
Oh. Now this is great.
Oh, yes.
We are back. Back in business. Whew. Okay, so big day. Had a lot of money taken out of my checking account today because of the repair on the power line. So the power line got knocked down by the tree limb. Ended up having to replace the mast and having to relocate the box because it wasn't still under code the way it was previously set up. They would not let us set it up that same way again. So basically I got screwed and double. I was going to pay $2,200 to have the mast put back where it was previously, but because the city would not let me, again, the city of Montgomery is, I don't even want to talk about the city of Montgomery, but because the city of Montgomery decided that I had to move my meter box to a different location and put a new mast up in that new location, then that's what I had to do. So it cost me $6,000 to do that. Now I will say this, as a retiree, you know, you're on a fixed income. Fortunately for me, I don't have much debt. I don't have many bills. The only bills that I have are my utilities, and so I pay for my house, the rental house utilities, out of the rental house budget, and I pay the my house utilities out of my retirement budget, which is the money that I get for retirement. But it's really a smart idea to have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. Of course, my living expenses are really low, so I probably need more than 3 to 6 months of my living expenses in order to have a good emergency fund. In order to come up with $6,000, I had to have some money in my account. And fortunately for me, I did have enough money to be able to pay for that with cash and not have any major issues as far as, you know, money that I needed for other expenses. So that worked out really well, and so that's one thing that I would recommend for anybody who is retired, or if you're considering retiring, you need to have some money in your savings account for emergencies just like this. And you know, I can't tell you, this is the second time this year that I've had a tree fall on one of my houses and actually pull the mast down. The mast is that metal pole that comes up from your roof that I've been showing you in the video. And so this is the second time this has happened. I've had a terrible time with masts and with trees this year. So hopefully all the tree falling will be done this year, and next year we will have no more tree falling. I hope. That is my desire. But anyway, I am now headed to the flea market, and I'm going to do a little filming while I'm there. Now this channel is about retirement. It's not about selling stuff anymore, so I'm not going to be doing a vlog about selling stuff at the flea market, but I am going to be vlogging about going to the flea market from time to time, because I think you guys just might be interested in seeing what the flea market looks like. I'm going to go around and look at other booths as well, see what they have in the other booths, but I'm also going to be updating you guys on what my booths look like. I have 3 booths. If you've been following me, you know that. I have 3 booths. I have one furniture booth, and I sell, you know, pictures and furniture and different stuff like that in that booth. But the other 2 booths are primarily for video games and collectibles, so such as die-cast cars and other types of collectibles. I put Beanie Babies in there. I put Funko Pops in there. Put a lot of different things in there. So that's what I've got in the flea market booth. But anyway, I have to go up to the flea market today because someone who bought a PlayStation 2 from me reportedly having some issues with it not working. They've had it since they bought it on the 30th of June, the 30th of June, and today is the 8th of July. So they've had it for, you know, over a week, and they had a couple of different stories. One of the things that they did say is that they opened it up, and because it wasn't playing well, and they opened it up, and apparently it's not working at all now. But I do warranty my items for up to 30 days. But if somebody opens up a console, then that warranty is void and they're no longer covered under that. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to see if I can get it working again. If I can, then that's good. So I'm on my way now to the flea market, and you can see I've got Big the Foot here on my rear view mirror, and we are headed to the flea market. So we are on what is known as Ann Street or Zelda Road, going toward the flea market. It's not terribly far from my house to the flea market. It's actually pretty close, so it's not a big deal. All right, so I made it up here to Eastbrook Flea Market, and I'm gonna pick up the PlayStation 2 that got dropped off for me to look at, and I'm gonna probably take it down to my booth and see if it'll work. Hey, what's up?
It was great. It was a grown man. Beard.
Middle class?
Blonde. No, really strong.
No, see, that's a problem.
Uh-oh.
I'm not
sure if I saw it.
He needs to come get me.
Yeah.
You think it all? Look at this. This doesn't even have any screws in it.
Did you? I don't want to be in line of sight when he sees that.
That's the old standard look. I know people used to on eBay when Roseville and all that, it was real expensive years, it was super expensive. A guy that worked in here used to sell it, and he said he put a mark on his, and he would tell him, do not wash it until you decide you're going to keep it. Do not, because I had a watermark on this thing, which you took a black light to see, so they didn't know what he was talking about. He had somebody send him back a broken without it. He said, I told you not to wash this. They said, we didn't. He said, well, it ain't watermarked anymore, so this is not the
Sorry.
He probably doesn't even watch it. He's probably too crazy to watch.
Oh, you know, you not me.
Look at that, it's even missing the button. Look at the button is in the front.
What in the world?
I can't
You
get
probably
this guy.
didn't know you was whenever, look, whenever you opened it, like, that fell out of it. Oh, the screw fell out of it.
Is that a screw? Oh, this is a screw to the DVD drive. All right, let's look around a little bit and see what we can find. Let's see if there are any goodies. I have been known to go to other people's booths and find good deals and buy them and then put them in my booth and make money. That's what it's all about. Making money. The booths I usually look at are back here in the back part of the flea market. I do have one booth that is kind of a competition booth. They have Pokemon and games and one console. And he had a TV in here. He had a CRT TV in here, but it must have sold, either that or he took it out. But this is the booth I look at. Right here, I found a couple of, I'll show you when we get downstairs, but I found a couple of standing ashtrays and have already sold one here in the booth for $65. I only paid $5 a piece for the ashtrays. You okay, Josh?
Doing good.
Lexi was a little concerned about calling that fella.
I'll give him a call in a minute. I'll let him know the news. Yes, sir. I got you.
It's right here.
Yes, sir.
I said, I don't want to break something trying to move that.
For sure.
Well, you know, Josh, I normally take care of folks, but you can't just take apart the console and bring it back and...
Oh, I know. I understand. That's why I told him. I said, you got to look at it before we do anything further. So.
All right, I didn't see anything in there that I could use, so we're going to go down to my booth and just kind of look around and let you guys see what my booth looks like right now. And the furniture booth is right around this corner here. What's up, Lee? How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Be glad when I get through cleaning this cabinet.
Man, it looks a lot different all cleaned up with the light on and everything.
Yeah. It's looking better, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was going to go down here and look at my booth.
Stuff in today.
You did? So I got some old antique sewing machines, some dishes, and some antique clocks that I'm selling in here. And these little dolls. So far nobody has taken the dolls. They've been here for a little bit, but this booth has done very well. I'm very pleased with how well it has done. I got these mirrors here. You may have seen those in some previous haul videos. And then I got these plates, these Auburn plates. They're $95 a piece, but they're very rare, and that's why they're $95. And these are the ashtrays I was telling you about that I picked up for $5 a piece. I've already sold one for $65. I've got two more. That one's for $60, and this one is for $60. So they got the most expensive one. And then I've, picked up some different things in yard sales and stuff like that. And this mirror is one of those things. The Jamaica wall art. All this wall art came from yard sales. So I brought it up here to the booth, and hopefully it'll sell. But that's the furniture booth. That's what my friend back here calls the normal booth. The other two booths are video game booths. So they're a little different. There's not too many booths that sell video games. Just the one that I showed you, and my two are the only ones here in the flea market. that sell video games. But here we're coming up on my booth now, and this is a shelf that holds some of the video games consoles. Looks like somebody left a Coca-Cola on my record player. They just do not care, do they? They don't take care of your stuff. And here's the records. I have to straighten these out every now and then. And my video games. And I put up a bunch of metal signs that I picked up at yard sales. All these metal signs came from yard sales, and I picked them up pretty recently. The Assassin's Creed came from a yard sale recently. And all these Funko Pops. This is a new display. I didn't have this out last time I went through the booth. But I have a bunch of Funko Pops, video games. I put out a bunch of new Xbox One video games. And
Attention customers, it is 5:30 and the store will be closing in about 30 minutes.
this is the
Again,
tie,
it's 5:30 and the store will be closing in about 30
the
minutes.
tie Beanie Baby shelf where all my ties are kept. And Hot Wheels, Johnny Lightning, and Matchbox. So that's what I've got here. And again, people just leave the stuff laying around. I gotta come and straighten it up, and I don't know exactly where this one goes. I guess I'll put it right up here. Wait a minute. I'll put it up there. But I'm running low on some of my die cast cars, so I need to get some more of those. Hopefully I can source some of those somewhere nearby. Got this Xbox sign, this really cool Xbox sign. When I went to Florida, it didn't show up on my haul video for Florida because I had already put it out here. But that is something I picked up in Florida. And I found a bunch of these plushies that are what do you call it? Found a bunch of these plushies. This is a I can't think of the name of the card game that you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I found a bunch of those plushies. I've sold a bunch of them already, and they were only like $1 a piece, and I'm selling them for like $25 a piece. So I'm doing really well on the plushies. And then I got more video games here. Got the old school games. Got a Spider-Man 1 terabyte bundle, and then I got a Nintendo DS and a Game Boy. And down here is the other booth. Got an Xbox One there. And it's pretty full. I need to bring 2 PlayStation 2s up here. I need to put one in that empty spot right there. And I have an empty spot in the other booth. Pick that pool hall or pool ball clock up at a Facebook Marketplace pickup, and paid like $5 for it. I've got 42 on it. This is a new booth. They are just getting set up. And we're walking back here to buy 7 Shadows on the way out. We'll speak to Doug if he's around. There's Doug. Hey Doug.
What's up?
I'm filming for YouTube. You want to say hi to all your fans?
Hi!
How's everybody doing?
We're getting through summer.
Anything new that you want them to know about 7 Shadows?
I want you to know that when it comes to mosquitoes and stuff like that, burning incense is fantastic. They hate it. They totally
look at-
hate it. This Palo Santo is a great one, but there's a whole lot that will actually work really well. So keep that in mind. Not only do you get to chill out on your back porch, you can kind of keep those critters away.
And what is your favorite one?
My favorite is my #1 seller, this King Champa right here.
King Champa.
That's my #1 seller right there. It
Balanced, earthy energy.
Yeah, it's I refer to that as the multivitamin of incense. It has something for relaxation, it has something for energy. It is just fantastic.
Cool. And the Pokemon cards, and he's got, I'm a little bit jealous of the number of wrestling figures he has. But yeah, he's the man with the plan. He's got all the good stuff.
Thank you, I appreciate it, and I always appreciate you taking the time to put me in these videos, and you have an amazing amount of games over there too. Totally amazing amount of games and game systems for sure.
Yeah, I got to get some more. Had a guy bring in a PlayStation 2 today. He said it didn't work. Dude took it completely apart. It was missing part. Didn't have the screws, missing parts.
Oh my.
The whole front plate of it was broke off, and I just told him, I said, tell him I can't help him.
Oh my goodness.
Because I usually take care of my customers, you know.
Yeah.
I give about a 30-day guarantee on
You
my...
can't take it apart and say, fix
No,
it back.
no. Mm-mm. I don't give a guarantee when somebody's taking it apart.
Yeah, you just take your hands off and just bring it like that.
So if someone buys an incense and they don't like the smell of it, can they bring it half the stick back and get their money?
Absolutely not. But what's really cool is we'll find out why they didn't dig it, and we'll find them something that'll actually work better for
And
you.
sell them another one.
And you know what? And the whole thing is, that's so rare, because when you're dealing with all my stuff's all natural, hand rolled. You've heard me tell a million people this all the time. When you have the good stuff, quality makes a big difference, and you don't usually have those.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. You take
right.
care.
You
Good
too.
to see you again.
Appreciate
All your fans will be happy to see you on the video again.
Always
It's been a
happy to
little
see
while.
You got it.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here, head back out, and go home. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, be sure and give me a like and a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. And let me know if you've ever had an emergency that came up and you had an unexpected expense that you didn't think you were gonna have. And it just took you by surprise. Well, that's what happened to me today. I wasn't expecting to have to come off for that much money. $6,000 is a lot of money. But I'm gonna get off of here. You guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey, Kat.
Hey.
You want to be on YouTube?
Oh boy.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi. Is that the camera? It's very small.
Yeah, it's a Osmo 3. It's my first time using it.
Wow. Hi YouTube.
So this is Kat, and this is her magnificent booth. Her thing is called
Bizarre.
Lula's Bazaar.
No, Bizarre Lula.
Bizarre Lula.
Either way.
Bizarre Lula, and she also does Whatnot, and she's got a beautiful booth here with lots of amazing things. If you guys are in the Montgomery area, be sure and check out Bizarre Lula and say hi to Kat if you see her. She's also an employee here at the flea market.
Booth 60.
Booth number 60.
First floor.
All right.
Thank you, Sam.